DAITODAYTV.
What is up, everybody? It is your girl Day, and this is DAITODAYTV. Today I am here with not artists like y'all usually see me sitting with. Entrepreneurs, definitely. But these are artistes. I think I'm using that in the correct way this time.
Yeah, that's actually the first time I heard it like
I'm
that.
sitting with artistes.
Yeah, I like that.
So I'm here with Mr. Dakarai Akil.
Yes.
Faith, I did not get your last name. I'm so sorry. Did you even want to give it?
Faith Elizabeth is fine.
I'm here with Faith Elizabeth, and we are going to be talking about the movie The Hooper. We're also going to be just talking about them, their journeys up to now. We're definitely going to be diving into y'all as a couple because how could I not?
Yeah, definitely.
We're both sitting here.
Yeah.
So we're going to let Faith start.
Yes, ladies first.
Ladies go
exactly.
first.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Faith Elizabeth. I'm an actress, model, writer, PR, producer, assistant director. You name it, I do it. I graduated from University of Houston right here in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I started on a media and broadcast path, also with performing arts. And now I get to do what I love and what I've been dreaming of since childhood.
She do a lot.
She does. We
a whole lot. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, how's everybody doing? My name is Dakarai Akil. Filmmaker, artiste. I'm gonna start using that because I like that, artiste.
I have to go look it up.
Yes.
Because I use it wrong.
But yeah, no, a little bit about me. Born and raised Houston. Houston, first part, I say Pearland, second half. Graduated from Sam Houston State University. Played basketball there 4 years. Still hold accolades there, records, and a lot of the Hooper. But I actually fell in love with the filmmaking process in college. That's where it originally started. First, it was just acting. Okay. I was in theater arts all growing up. I had to hang it up because I had to choose between basketball and the arts. And I'm not saying that I had to choose. It's just I made a mature decision at a young age because both are very pricey. And me and my sister did a lot growing up, as you already know too. You know, we did, she did track, cheer, I did basketball, a lot of other things as well. So the arts, you know, before Houston was how it is today, there wasn't really many resources. So the small amount that was, people kind of took advantage of because they knew that parents were desperate to try to get their kids on. And I felt like my people were just wasting money. Didn't really get anywhere. So I really hung it up and I said, you know what, I'm gonna use this tool, this basketball, put my all into it, and one day this tool is gonna let me.
It's gonna let you eat.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Look at that full circle moment.
Exactly.
That is crazy. We're gonna dive more into Dakarai and Faith's background in the Hooper, but I just want to give, because he's already kind of referenced that we know each other, like you know. Yeah. But I just want to give y'all some background. So I never went to school with Dakarai, but like he was one of the first people I knew when I moved to Texas in the 8th grade. Yeah. And yeah, shout out to you, Gary. That's my god brother.
Yeah, that's my boy.
All of that. But I wanted to talk about, first I wanted to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I've been seeing you just work, and whether it was basketball or this, you really you could tell you're one of those people that when you got something in your brain, you go to it.
Oh, yeah,
and that's something that I've always admired and been inspired by. So I just want to give you your flowers.
Appreciate that.
Give your lady your flowers too, because I know without her, this probably
not probably wouldn't have been what it is. So
definitely. Give y'all's flowers.
Thank you so much.
So let's start off with, of course, what we're here for, the Hooper. Let's talk about the conception of the Hooper. Because as we know, you played basketball in high school. Right. Played down basketball in high school. When I tell you, he wasn't just playing, people was actually coming to the games to see him. Yeah. So I want to know, how much did your background as a basketball player play into this?
Originally, the Hooper was supposed to be loosely based on my senior year at Dawson High School. Okay. The thing is, during the process, I'm not going to say it was the school that wasn't agreeing with it. It's more so the district. It was a lot of rules, regulations that would have conflicted with the vision. So it's just to a point to where we couldn't utilize the school's name. We couldn't utilize students. There's a lot of resources that I thought that we were going to be able to have that they pretty much told us, hey, this is a list of agreements and terms and conditions to be able to utilize the school. And there was certain hours and certain pricing. And again, we're working on a limited budget. So it's to a point to where as a creative and artist, I had to take this vision and adapt it and do something different because I had already cast it at this point. We didn't know a lot of these speed bumps that were going to come about. So what I thought about was, why do I want to do a basketball movie in the first place? And I thought about my biggest inspirations from both basketball and film. Spike Lee is one of my biggest inspirations, and He Got Game was one of the first things that really captivated me as not only a basketball player but a filmmaker as well, because I saw one of my favorite basketball players and my favorite actor in the same movie together. I said, yo, this is possible to be both.
Who's your favorite actor? Because there's a lot of people in that movie.
Denzel Washington. Yeah.
You know, I'm terrible.
You think about Coach Carter, ain't you?
No. No, I ain't thinking about Coach Carter. God dang. I'm thinking about not White Man Can't Jump, but not
Above the Rim?
Above the Rim.
Yeah, that was another inspiration
That was the one I was thinking about with Jesus Shuttlesworth.
No, that was He Got Game. He Got Game is Jesus Shuttlesworth.
You know,
it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Hey, it's okay.
They both influenced the Hoopers.
They both did, yeah.
Good. Well, I'm glad I had one of them.
Oh yeah, nah, for sure. Like it was cause He Got Game, Above the Rim, Coach Carter, all of those combined really inspired. So basically what I did was I said, you know what? I'm gonna take this real character and I'm gonna put him in a fictional time and setting. Honestly, I just wanted to be able to make a film that was a narrative that showed a basketball player, and not really a basketball film, but a film that's following the basketball player. So you're gonna see his interactions throughout 48 hours. Like this film, the storyline, everything takes place over the course of 2 days.
That's great.
Minus the post-credit scene with Steve Francis, that is supposed to be like months later in the film. But we shot the film in 8 days with less than $50,000. So it's to a point to where we had to utilize and exhaust our resources, and to try to make a 90s based film in 2022, we had to go from wardrobe to locations to just the look of people. A lot of people changed their looks. I changed my look. I shout out to my barber Blade. Blade, appreciate you. He gave me the juice fade. You can't really see it in this, unfortunately, but in the movie you're gonna see it. Yeah.
What was your hair doing?
So I was cheer captain when I was on screen. So I had these two pigtails, half up, half down thing going on, cheer captain style.
Yeah.
Were you
and
a
then
mean
game
girl?
day. She was quite bossy.
Yeah.
She was bossy, but it was for the sake of a really big game and her position, having to lead a whole cheer squad and.
I wish I could have watched this before I had this interview.
No problem.
Trying to watch it.
Oh, no problem. It's as soon as it drops, and it might drop by the time.
So
say less.
It'll be on my TV whenever it drops. So let's segue into Tubi because we'll come back. But I actually did have a question in regards to Tubi, because I know y'all on social media and y'all kind of seen how they say. Like,
oh yeah, I already know. I already know where you about to go.
All the movies on Tubi, like
oh my
not
gosh.
all of them. I'm not gonna say all of them because there are some black movies that got good storylines and they're beautifully shot. They're on Tubi because like they're independent films. But then there are those that's like, whoa, how did y'all get here?
Exactly.
And so I wanted to know, how was that for you? Were you ever skeptical about putting it on there because of that, or was that something that y'all saw after?
This is something that I like to address, first of all, to all the Tubi makers. I'm gonna give all y'all flowers because people don't know how hard it is to start and finish a project, and not only start and finish it, release it. People don't understand. A lot of people, independent artists in general. Tubi is a platform that gives us the opportunity for more exposure without having that many resources. We can gain our own fan base, direct consumer route. Definitely. Like Nip said, you know, this is the way that we can captivate our audience before the big dollars come, before the big deals come. This is us really just planting seeds, so to speak. And I know a lot of people have a lot to say about some of the movies on Tubi. At the end of the day, all the movies are not the same. I like to tell people that there's different movies with different budgets, and you're gonna see it. I mean, you get what you pay for.
You do.
With us though, to be honest with you, we had a very small budget. I told you, less than 50,000, but we made it look like a 6-figure film. You know, minus some small technical things that come with money, obviously. But outside of that, I'm very proud with what we came up with. When we had our premiere for it, sold out to 2 crowds, 2 different shows, same day. And we promoted it with less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, like 2 weeks.
So it's to a point to where seeing all those people come out for that, and we had a 90s theme premiere at that. So people love to get in the spirit because I wanted people to feel like they were actually in the atmosphere while they're watching this movie. So because we did at the Deluxe Theater, shout out Deluxe Theater for all y'all help Black owned. Yes, so they that seeing our name in lights, the movie, all those people coming out, and just the real reactions. Those reactions is what gave me that stamp of approval in my mind, to where it was like, okay, I already did the movie for me. At the end of the day, as a filmmaker, you should be doing it for you, no one else. Now, the audience, who am I touching, who am I reaching? I see I touched the very audience that I wanted to reach. I have no problems putting on Tubi. People can say what they want to say. Has over 66 million subscribers as of January. So it's to a point to where you can talk, but you are still watching. And at the end of the day, as you can see, Tubi has been changing a lot of its terms and conditions because of all the backlash from some of the films. So the quality control has been getting a lot more intensive. So kind of think of Amazon Prime when they first started, when they had a lot of independent movies just like Tubi. You know, 5 years ago, Amazon Prime was not what it was today. I always look at the future.
I wasn't even on Amazon Prime.
Exactly.
When it just started, so
exactly. Nobody was. Nobody was. Like that. I tell people all the time, expert at anything was once a beginner. So people always judge people's chapter 1 versus someone else's chapter 20. You can't do that. You got to look at the process and look at what's happening in very real time. People are tapping in where they want to talk about it. What Eazy-E say, all publicity is good publicity, right? So it's to a point to where it's like, okay, this is going to help us have a platform to show people what we can do out here in Houston. There's a lot of talented Houston filmmakers, a lot. And it's no competition. I hate when we start getting that little competitive spirit. Once we start really supporting each other, that's whenever that wave starts coming. You know, I have friends out in LA, friends in Atlanta. They said the reason why Houston is still a step or 2 behind is the support base. Because no one really wants to come together. Everybody wants to be that one that does
it. So you think it's like a crab,
crab in a barrel?
You
yes.
Think it's crabs in a barrel?
There is crab.
Also like pulling people down.
Yes, it is, because it's to a point to where I'm not saying everyone does it, but sometimes people do it without even consciously knowing that they're doing it. You know, because it's to a point to where some people might have some envy type energy, not even realizing it. Like you could just be like, oh man, I wish I would have had this. I wish I would have had that. Like anytime that I see films that had something added a different layer that maybe I wanted to in a future project, I'm not hating on it. I'm inspired by it. You know, I'm going back and saying, man, they actually did that. I see it's possible.
Yes.
And just like watching Tubi, I get chills every time because I start to connect with a lot of people as well.
Let me pivot to Miss Faith, because you've been doing a lot of talking.
I have
been. He's a great speaker.
You can tell you speak.
He's a great speaker.
I was like, I don't even know where to come in at.
All very well said.
So I want to talk about how you guys met, because you guys met on the set of another movie, right?
You want to talk about it?
Well, not a set per se.
Okay.
And well, we had already met before then, but yes, the universe kind of brought us together again, a different time.
Wait a minute, hold on. So like the first time y'all saw each other, met each other, was it on some like, oh yeah, I'm acting?
No, it was actually very like, it was just a very casual, like, you know, just one of those, I don't know how to explain it, just very casual. So when we met again was actually the time where we were both doing something that we love. So I would say, stay true to what you love. I'm a strong believer in that because God has a way of putting you with people that have the same interests as you. So if you stay true to that, then you find your soulmate like me, like him. We're both doing what we love. So it made it very much more motivational and inspirational for us to do what we love together because we're both a force with each other. So I'm pushing him, he's pushing me constantly, like on a day-to-day basis. I'm not exaggerating or making that up.
I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we're together.
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so being that I was already being a part of film, media, broadcast, same with him, we had that background. So when we were able to come together and bring our ideas together, then magic just started happening and we kind of just stuck. So
did it feel like, because you know how you do some things and you feel like, I don't know, y'all are, I think you're religious. Y'all are religious, right? Okay, so it's like, talk about God. When you know, sometimes you're doing something and it feels like God is not trying to allow you to do it. So it's like you just keep hitting that wall, hitting that wall, hitting that wall. When you guys started working together, did it feel like, dang, like God really put us together? Because like, look how everything is just, you know, of course y'all may have had y'all's hard times, but how seamlessly things may have seemed to work. Is that how it was with y'all?
I would say that's definitely a large portion of it for sure, because we've both been extremely booked and busy, so it's really good for us. But that has also been able to be, we've been able to be each other's best friend, confidant, supporter, and everything. So when he's on set or he has to fly out somewhere or premiere or anything, I'm there right there by his side.
We know.
Same thing, vice versa.
I love it.
If I have like a runway show, he came to some of my modeling events, as well as when I have to be on set, when I let a film, he got to be there right with me. If I have any other event, so we're both right there with each other, and it just makes it very much more, I guess, what would you say, easier? Not easier, but it makes you love it a lot more doing it with someone you love. Yeah.
I wish, man. Y'all are so cute. Y'all are so cute. Okay, so now I want to know, when the Hooper was, you know, still being conceived, was it like, hey, I'm about to do this movie, I want you to help? Or was it like you started doing the movie, you saw he needed more help than he was asking for?
I look up to him a lot. We both say this to each other because we see each other's strengths, and he's very talented. And I'm like, you do so well at telling other people's stories. Like, this is your time to tell your own story.
Yeah.
So I was like, I would push for that a lot with him. I was very supportive of that when he came up with the idea and was writing it and everything. We were bouncing ideas off each other. He wanted me to, you know, be a part of every process. So it was very engaging, and got to see a lot of different talents, and we kind of brought different parts out of each other that we didn't even know, because when the creative juices are flowing and you have to act on it right then and there, and so he's writing, I'm saying stuff, he's creating things, and then even as far as putting the actual film together, because that is a part of what I'm most proud of with this film, actually seeing the words brought to a visual aspect. That's the emotional part, I think, behind it for me.
Yeah.
Because all the characters did great, the crew did great. We had a really awesome team that brought the vision to life. So actually seeing the words that I read that he wrote from the very beginning, and then the characters bringing that to a point where we could see it with our own eyes, and then us actually putting different things together, whether it would be set design, locations, like he said, wardrobe. But we tried our best to be on top of everything, and with him directing and starring in the film, and him having me as the assistant director, it was a big responsibility, because I'm having to call action when he's on his scene, and then I'm also having to observe the surroundings, control set, check my actors and crew and everything like that, making sure everyone is good, making sure everything on the camera is good, everyone's good to go, checking time, making sure everyone ate, making sure continuity is on point. So it was a lot of, it took a great team effort, but it was a lot of making sure everything was, his vision was perfect. Because like you said, when you're watching a film, viewers see it from a different standpoint. So as much as we also made it from a filmmaker standpoint, we wanted the viewers to also have that same takeaway and like, okay, he's getting this point across, cool.
Yeah.
He's making sure that we're emphasizing this specific angle, an actor is doing something on the right cue, someone looks a certain way, and he used colors purposely in the film to bring out different things. So it's a whole art piece. So we're like so excited for everyone to see it. Who haven't seen it already at the show. So
I'm excited to see it.
And for them to see it again.
And again and again. Yeah. And as many times as y'all can press that button to watch it, because as many views, that's the support that we need.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you can support for free, help actually accumulate a filmmaker into his pockets.
That's kind of what I wanted to get into as far as like, how do you get paid from putting your movie on Tubi?
First of all, you can't just go to Tubi and say, hey, I got a movie, let me put it on there.
Okay.
You have to have a distribution deal.
Okay.
So Tubi works with distributors. There's many different distributors all over the nation, even the world, obviously. Tubi is in how many regions? I think 6 different regions.
And growing.
But the way that filmmakers can get paid, pretty much you get depending on your distribution deal, once it's up there, Tubi is an ad-based platform. So people complain about, oh my gosh, gotta see commercials, this, that, and third, but at the end of the day, you're actually helping a filmmaker make money by just watching for free. And you can do it over and over and over and over. And it literally costs you $0. Like the term support is free cannot be emphasized anymore when you're watching Tubi movies.
It's literally free to support me.
You don't even have to make an account free.
Yeah, you don't even have to make an account. No, well, I mean, it's good.
That helps you personalize your preferences. Yeah.
It helps you whenever you log on. If you do have an account, to having a list to like the movie, that helps increase the algorithm nationwide.
I see.
But if you don't want to go through all of that, you don't have to. All you gotta do is get the app, go on Roku. If you have a smart TV, they probably have it. You can even download it on your phone, and you can watch it.
It works on the smart TV. I have a smart TV.
Exactly. So it's so much easier to support artists now, to where you don't even have to leave your home, your work, your whatever you're doing.
Yes.
You can literally be on a plane supporting somebody for free.
I have 2 questions for both of y'all.
Okay.
So the first question is kind of petty. I want to know since y'all was working so closely together, I'm sure y'all had y'all's moments. What was like the pettiest thing that y'all can remember y'all like got into it about behind this film?
Why did you slowly turn towards me? Can I slowly turn towards you?
She definitely
No.
we definitely did kind of have, I'll say to everybody, I understand, and that's on me too. Whenever you have limited time, budget, certain things have to get cut. When we did the game scene, right? We were in the gym. We shot the whole championship game scene. Everything that you see in there, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. First of all, that's virtually impossible to even get certain shots in that amount of time. And it's just to a point to where the fact that we got the amount that we did get in that amount of time, because like I told you, we didn't have a school, so we had to rent out the gym to make it seem more of a 90s base. Shout out to the gym, Atascocita, appreciate y'all. But yeah, we had a small time frame to do so. there was more to her character that I actually had, and I am going to reprise in the sequel. But there was more to her character that I actually had to cut due to time constraints, and not only hers, but a lot of other ones. But the thing is, she worked tirelessly on choreographing the scene with a lot of.
Cut her choreographed movie.
It's to a point so I couldn't get
like all
everything.
Of it?
No, not all of it. But I couldn't really fully get.
Like most of it.
Yeah, well, it was most of it. It was most of it.
How long did you wait? Hold on. How long did it take you?
She was up all night doing it every single day, doing the thing. You know, she was in that thing, hitting it. She was ready, and then when I was like,
This was my first film that I assistant directed on, as well as being a producer. So I was studying everything else I had to do with that and making sure I exceeded goals, because not that I feel like we have a point to prove, but a lot of times when people don't know what you can bring to the table, you kind of set this goal for yourself to exceed those standards. So I was already going through all of that. But with that being said, during that time, you know, he's said, you know, I need a cheer captain. This is really significant to the story. We have a championship game. There's always, we need the cheerleaders, and cheer captain, I need you for that. It's significant. And so I did choreograph the dance for the cheerleaders, and also had to lead the cheerleaders, teach them, you know, set up all this stuff and everything. So that was incorporated into the schedule, but there was so many other things and stuff, like you said, time and budget constraint that day. So we were still there, dressed up, showed out. We still got what we could on camera, so it still looks very cute in the movie.
I do have a question that I want to ask both of y'all, as far as just, even though I met Faith today, we had a chance to talk, and she told me about her background. So my question really is, like, how do y'all stay motivated to stay consistent? Because like I said, you've been just, like, where does that come from?
I just always look at yesterday. And I just, that's my only competition. I remember where I started. I remember when I first started at Samuel State University, everybody just thought I was just a straight basketball player. Started releasing my films. The first time that I released a film, there was only about 5-6 people that was there to watch in my dorm room, and most of them was my teammates. And I was pushing on campus with flyers like these, just handing out. Got a game probably that same day, handing out, telling people, hey, go watch Relentless, go watch Stepping Stones, go watch this, go watch that. And trying to get...
Campus on, he about to give me another flyer.
For real. But I was doing that, trying to rake up just 100-200 views at that point. You know, just trying to get the word out, and just seeing how much I've changed from the quality, and being able for things to happen full circle when I'm starting to meet people that I saw on TV growing up, being able to not just meet them but work with them. You know, because I mean the list goes. I mean, I'm not even about to say the whole list that me or her have been working on. We work. I mean, people can look up. We ain't got to.
At least tell us what movies to go watch, because you gotta remember, some of these people are from my audience. They may not.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well,
just at least tell them which movies to go watch.
Yeah, so I was actually in the Dirty Third Next Generation that just came out with Propane, Chico Bean, Clifton Powell, a lot of
man
other.
That played Pinky and
next Friday, yeah.
That man is funny.
Yes, and it was an honor to even just watch him work, being alongside him, having the scene with Chico Bean, our chemistry flowing from the first, like, we met that day.
Smart man too.
Yes, I mean that we met that first day, and our chemistry flowed from the time that we met. Didn't even really go over lines or anything. It just happened naturally. A lot of things were improv as well. We were bouncing off each other. I love that. You know, whenever you're a creator and an artist, and you have another fellow artist that you can, you know, bounce off of. Just seeing the rooms and that our names have been in that we haven't even been in yet. That's just inspiring to continue to elevate and grow, because you never know who's watching. You never know. I mean, you're one project away from your big break. That's how I always think. And the Hooper, even though this is my first feature film, this is probably my 50th film that I've done.
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing so many trial and error things, and this is my best film thus far, and my next one is gonna be even better than this. That's what I tell people, because with me, I hung up the filmmaking where I was directing, because I did win a few awards in countries I haven't even been in yet, from short films, but I stepped away and just started acting in other films. So I'm in that, Candy 2 on Tubi, The Bricks with Khalil Kane.
You got quite a few movies on Tubi.
Oh yeah, Induced, shout out Jay Harper. Speaking of Jay Harper, she actually led another film that's about to come out called Marie. She also did what was The Hat Man, where I actually played the Hat Man as well. She's in it.
Hold on, let me give her, because I see how this could go. Your turn to speak. So I wanted to know about what motivates you to stay consistent, as well as there's any movies that you want to shout out, if you want to, flex on real quick.
Okay.
Let people know about y'all.
Okay.
Y'all trying to be humble, I understand. But,
Yes. Well, I would say because consistency comes from, I don't want to say something too similar to what he said, but it does work with seeing what happened before, watching yourself, making yourself better, continue to sharpen your craft, and then also knowing that you could reach higher lengths. So the first time I was ever in a feature film was Hip Hop Family Christmas, which was a star-studded cast, Carrie Hilson, Neo, Jamie Foxx production. That was my first time touching the set that big, and I was like so blown up about that being my first film. To now, last year, I've filmed 5 different movies, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a part of more than one movie, and I'm being principal roles, leading roles, supporting leading roles, and then just seeing myself, seeing my work, and then working with those around me who are also inspired by the same thing. That also helps to stay consistent, and just knowing where I came from, casting calls, performing arts. I'm used to being on stage for dance, pageants, modeling, acting, that sort of thing. So doing the casting calls and auditions, and then finally being able to see my work pay off, and getting more and more opportunities, being on Netflix. And I got to go back for the sequel for Hip Hop Family Christmas, so I'm in that too, scene with Bow Wow. But for the films that's coming out, Unfinished Business, that one has Omar Gooding and Jamal Willard, who played Biggie Smalls. And we grew up watching Omar Gooding. Jasmine Lewis is in it too, from Barbershop. Hat Man, shout out Jannard, as you said.
Is that a scary movie?
That one is a horror film, yes.
Okay.
Yes, so Hat Man and Marie, I led in Marie, so we're excited. Those have not came out yet. Those will be released this year.
Okay.
Red Flags 2, the director for that is Shannon. And what else do we have coming? What else do I have coming out? Oh, the Hooper, of course, as we're talking about. So just, that's what helps me stay consistent, just being able to see, like, finally everything paying off and seeing my work, and surrounding yourself with people with like-minded interests as well. Yes. We
are going to actually have to talk when y'all really don't have much going on. As far, I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but I definitely want to talk to y'all on a more personal level. When y'all now promoted something, so we can get,
Yeah, we can
not
definitely.
the inside scoop.
They can take her PR hat off.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna keep that. Hey, she's probably one of the most professional people I've ever met. Ever.
Very.
Behind closed doors, she is the most.
Still.
No, for real. No. She's professional, but it's to a point to where people don't know how cool she actually is behind closed doors. Like the anime, like the Twitch. She Cole at Call of Duty. Like Cole, like talking.
They gonna be trying to.
We be playing Madden. Oh no. Hey, I've already heard things. At the end of the day, I know that she rocking with me heavy.
Wait, so now I gotta see. I was supposed to close this out. Now I gotta ask another question.
What's that?
So how'd you figure that out? Like, was y'all just hopped on one day?
What?
And then you spanked him in a game?
No. Well, we actually. No, well, I picked up the gaming thing actually during the 2020 pandemic because I wasn't a really big gamer. I grew up with a brother, so I played video games with him here and there, but I wasn't really just, oh, let me stream and let me get my skills up and stuff and let me learn how to talk back to people in the lobby. But no,
she be talking. Oh, look at him camping it.
But so I have a whole gaming setup, like a PC and everything, and so he found that out about me. But then we also got to play with we play Madden and stuff with each other. We play Mortal Kombat with each other and stuff. So
yeah.
So when y'all mad and both
we can get on Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's the therapy. Yeah, you try to get your ass in more. Okay.
So,
going crazy with
and then we get competitive. We will get competitive.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I will stand up in front of the television
in
screen.
front. She's standing up right there, not moving. Nothing but these right there.
That's
until she get a win.
To be a fly on
he
the
doesn't
wall.
try to save me. That's why. It's it's a fair competition, and I don't want him to let me win.
Yeah.
So
she's beaten me. I'll be honest. She has beaten me at times. She has, and she actually is a gunsmith. Really.
Like a real gun.
Like yes.
Okay.
When I say she called, I'm just gonna say that.
I have my concealed handgun license, so I had to go through shooting proficiency, and I was trained by some retired police officers.
Oh, so
yes.
she can take you out.
No, yeah, for sure.
Got a shooter, literally.
Yeah. A shooter with a
Gun range
shooter.
hobbies, that's it.
The shooter and the hooper.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get out of here, y'all let the people know where they can find y'all, we've already been talking about Tubi, but where they can stream your other projects. We've already said what you have going on. If you want to include your Twitch so people can play games with y'all, I don't know.
You go first. Tell the people.
Okay, everyone, you can follow me on Instagram at Miss Faith Elizabeth. That's MISS Faith Elizabeth, as well as follow the Hooper movie on all streaming platforms: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter for all updates. My page, I update my personal projects, so you're welcome to follow me. Follow my modeling and acting journey, writing, all of that. Gaming, anime, however, whatever you like.
Did you give your Twitch?
Oh, Twitch, Khaleesi B33. I'm working on changing it, but I post those updates on my Instagram as well. Y'all
can follow me on Instagram, Dakarai Akil 3D. That's DAKARAI AKIL 3D. I gotta spell it out because my closest family don't even know how to spell my name sometimes. It's cool though.
I was surprised that I didn't know how to. I was trying to spell it one day and I was like, wait a minute.
Nah, it's fine. It's an extra A. That's why, that's the metaphor behind my nickname too.
Okay.
That's why I always like the number 3. People call me 3D growing up. I have 3 A's in my name. It's a lot of other different things. I shot 3s deep. People knew me for that.
Okay.
But that's another subject. But yeah, y'all can follow me, Dakarai Akil 3D. Follow the Hooper page. I'm more so worried about y'all following that. Y'all don't have to follow on the journey if y'all don't want to, but just follow the actual project. But the next project, we're aiming for the summer.
Okay.
We have 2 projects in mind that we're going to do. We will have a casting call. So a lot of people think that people get handouts. I don't even accept handouts. Any role that you ever see me in, I've auditioned for, I've worked hard for, and I've adapted for it. So do not think that just because we know each other or I'm trying to get in the film, audition like everyone else. Please take the craft serious. Respect the art, because I definitely have a vision and I want to see and give everyone a chance. So when I have these opportunities, that's why I tell people to follow the page, not to follow it just to see what we have going on. Follow it so that if you really are serious about collaborating and working, this is your chance. Okay, there's a casting. A lot of times when we do castings, we do virtual casting.
Hold on, Dakarai, because you about to get into a whole other interview.
My bad.
We supposed to be closing this.
You right.
Y'all, I'm gonna give y'all the short of it because he's gonna give y'all the long. He's
I
gonna have
that.
another movie.
Yes.
He's going to have auditions.
Yes.
You cannot get into this movie without an audition.
At all.
Right?
That is, man. That's everything that I said. Right there.
Concise.
I gotta work on that.
I was like, I know I'm gonna have to go cut things, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what.
When you used to not being able to have a platform and talk, you know, when you finally get to it, you just wanna.
We gonna get you on another. When I get a podcast finally going, we're gonna get you on there.
Oh, for sure.
Actually,
Start
have your
letting out.
time and just talk and just.
Well, she has a lot of knowledge too, cause she gives me a lot of inspiration, motivation. We talk every single day.
I know y'all do.
Like every single day.
Look at her. She like, yeah, stop talking.
Yeah.
No, I love when he talks. I always listen. I do. You know I love listening to him.
Y'all so cute. Okay, everybody, this was Faith. This is Dakarai. This is the Hooper. I am Day, and this has been Day-to-Day TV.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Peace.